when the water stops coming, only when the waves get settled, only then I will go and play in the water. Understand, it's a very subtle truth, a very subtle point which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been trying to explain in this. As long as we wait for the external factors, external figures of our life to change, we are never going to achieve what we want. As long as we wait for someone else to change, someone else to start rolling the ball, someone else to start manifesting our reality, it is never going to manifest. Another person asks, what about poverty? What about all the wars and terrorism and violence and negativity which is happening around the world? How are you not affected by it? How are you not being troubled or not feeling the suffering of the other people and of humanity? The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, again, very beautifully responds. If we also get into the suffering by seeing the suffering of others, we are neither helping them nor are we helping ourselves. Instead, we are becoming another load on the planet Earth. We are becoming another person who's. When we say sympathy and empathy relating to another person, it should not lead you also to go into the same suffering. Rather, it should help you to raise yourself. Not only you be in the space of completion, but raise the people around you to the same space which you are living. To cure people of the poverty, you suffering the poverty of other people doesn't even logically make sense. Rather, take the time, take the effort of raising the other person, their consciousness to your consciousness, bring them out of the poverty. That is the only way, be it in terms of healing the world, ending world violence, ending poverty, ending hunger around the world. It can only happen when you start working and instead of falling into depression or falling into the impossibility mode. Raising the frequency of the people around you to raising the frequency of the people around you to the same. Because actually, if you see the people who are going on and shouting that we need to save people, we need to bring people out of poverty, we need to bring people out of hunger, they are the ones who are actually making more noise, creating more problems, creating more conflicts rather than solving. It is only when we work on individually raising the consciousness of the individual, raising their consciousness to our consciousness, only then can we end any of these. From time immemorial, all the thinking, all the actions, everything which humanity has been working towards is to experience JEEVAN. Some people take the short route, some people take the long route, but only the goal of the path is to achieve JEEVAN. Entering into the JEEVAN book itself, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says very beautifully that the book is created not just to give buddhi, it is also created to give shakti, to have the powerful cognitions and awareness. In the Hindu tradition, in the Hindu sampradaya, powerful cognitions are equivalent to God in Hindu traditions. That is why the Vedas are worshipped as gods. Powerful cognitions are worshipped as various gods and goddesses in the Hindu tradition. The Bhagavad Gita, revealed by Bhagavan Sri Krishna in the Mahabharata, is worshipped as goddess. There are many Gita mandirs all across India. In Haridwar, there is a big Gita mandir which belongs to the Mahanirvani Akhada, of which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1008th Mahamandalator. And in that mandir, the Bhagavad Gita is worshipped as Hindu. The JEEVAN book, the Living Enlightenment book, has given the superconscious breakthrough to tens and thousands of people who have experienced firsthand the power of living enlightenment. Every time when they open the book at random, the exact solution to the problems for which they are seeking guidance manifests in their life. Since the release of the Living Enlightenment book in 2009, the book has been translated into 23 different languages and have been downloaded more than 1 million times from the Kailasa website. The book is freely available for digital download from all Google websites in all the various languages. The link to download the Living Enlightenment book is being projected below on the screen. gov.google.sk/Living Enlightenment. You can visit the link and get your own free ebook copy of the Living Enlightenment book. Now, we're going to be watching the historic event of the release of the Living Enlightenment book. This release was attended by various public figures, hundreds of devotees and disciples, as well as various influencers, celebrities, and other people sharing their experience of living enlightenment, as well as receiving the book directly from someone. This was an historic event which happened more than 14 years ago. And even now, the Living Enlightenment book is as relevant to modern day as it was so many years back. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism beautifully shares that for every hardware, there needs a software. And we can see this example in our day-to-day lives, be it in the form of our computers, our smartphones, various gadgets. Creating the physical object of the equipment itself is not enough. It needs a software to run. As human beings, we function in a more or less similar fashion. The hardware of our mana sharira requires the software. So, Paramashivam has given the enlightenment software for all of humanity through the itihasas and the agamas and Vedas revealed by Paramashivam is the cosmic software to run the cosmos. And for humanity, it is the Puranas and Itihasas. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revealed the Living Enlightenment book, which directly from Paramashivam. The Living Enlightenment book is modern day software, spiritual software for living enlightenment in the modern era. The Living Enlightenment book is more than just a book, it is a grantha. As we mentioned earlier, these books are physically worshipped as living gods, living devatas, and living deities. Let us now watch the historic event where 14 years ago the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism released the Living Enlightenment book.
ஹம்ச நித்யானந்தரின் ஜீவன் முக்தி புத்தக வெளியீடு.
ஆனந்தம் நித்யானந்தமே ஆனந்தம் ஆனந்தம் நித்யானந்தமே நித்யானந்தம் ஆனந்தம் நித்யானந்தமே 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 கோவிந்த கோபால கேசவ மாதவ நாராயண ராஜீவ லோச்சன ஆதிசநாதன நித்யானந்தம் ஆனந்தம் ஆனந்தம் நித்யானந்தமே நித்யானந்தம் ஆனந்தம் நித்யானந்தமே 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 கோவிந்த கோபால கேசவ மாதவ நாராயண ராஜீவ லோச்சன ஆதிசநாதன நித்யானந்தம் ஆனந்தம் ஆனந்தம் நித்யானந்தமே நித்யானந்தம் ஆனந்தம் நித்யானந்தமே. नित्यानन्दमे भवभयहरणं श्री नित्यानन्दमे वन्दितचरणम्
இந்துக்களுக்கு புனித நூல் பகவத்கீதை, இஸ்லாமியருக்கு புனித நூல் குர்ஆன், கிறிஸ்தவர்களுக்கு புனித நூல் பைபிள், மனிதர்களுக்கு புனித நூல் ஜீவன் முக்தி.
யோக சூத்திரங்கள் சாஸ்திரங்கள் இருக்கிற மர்மமான சூஷ்மமான விஷயங்கள்லாம் இருக்கு. அதையெல்லாம் முதல்ல எனக்கு இவரை பார்த்தா யார் மாதிரி தெரியுமா இருக்கு? ராமானுஜன் ஒருத்தர் கோயில் மேல இருந்து மக்களுக்கெல்லாம் இதுதான்டா மோட்சமடையக்கூடிய மந்திரம் சொன்னதை அத்தனை மக்களுக்கு சொல்லிட்டார். அதே மாதிரி பதஞ்சலி யோக சூத்திரங்களையும் மற்றும் எத்தனையோ உபனிஷதங்களையும் இருக்கிற அந்த உண்மையான அரிய பொக்கிஷமான கருத்துக்களை எல்லாம் எடுத்து எளிய முறையில் பாமர மக்களுக்கும் புரியும் வகையில் ஒரு புக்கு போட்டாரே, பெரிய விஷயம். அது ரொம்ப பெரிய விஷயம்.
எங்களுக்கு சத்தியமாக ஆச்சரியமாக இருக்கு. நான் எல்லாம் படித்தவன் இல்லை என்று சொல்லவில்லை. ஆனால் உங்களை படிக்கவில்லையே, உங்கள் புத்தகத்தை படிக்கவில்லையே, உங்களுடைய ஆன்மீகத்தை படிக்கவில்லையே, உங்களுடைய அருமை தத்துவத்தை படிக்கவில்லையே, எவ்வளவு எளிமையாக நீங்கள் சொல்லி இருக்கிறீர்கள். நீங்கள் எழுதிய புத்தகத்தில் எதை தொட எதை விட திக்கு முக்காடி திண்டாடி கொண்டிருக்கிறேன்.
தன்னைத்தானே படிக்கிறதுங்கிறது, தன்னைத்தானே வாசிக்கிறது மிகப்பெரிய விஷயம். அதை தெரிஞ்சுட்டோம்னா அதுக்கு மீறி வேற ஒண்ணுமே விஷயம் கிடையாது. அந்த உங்களை நீங்களே வாசிக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு அற்புதமான ஒரு விஷயத்தை இந்த புத்தகத்தின் மூலமா ஒரு கள்ளச்சாவியா உங்களுக்கு கொடுத்துருக்காரு. நல்ல சாவின்னு சொல்ல, நான் கள்ளச்சாவின்னு சொல்றேன். ஏன் நான் கள்ளச்சாவின்னு சொல்றேன்னா, நல்ல சாவின்னு வச்சுங்க, ஒரிஜினலான சாவின்னா நேராக போய் பூட்டை திறக்கும். இந்த கள்ளச்சாவி வந்து நைஸா உள்ள போகும். ஏன்னா அடுத்தவன் பூட்டு இல்லையா, அதனால அது துழையும் போது நுழையிறதே தெரியாம போகும். உங்களுக்குள்ள இது எப்ப பதிவாச்சுன்னு புரியாத அளவுக்கு உங்க மனசுக்குள்ள போய் ஒரு கள்ளச்சாவி மாதிரி இந்த புத்தகம் போய் சேரும்.
சுவாமி அவர்கள், நான் உலகத்துக்கு சொல்வது சொல்லப் போவது, சொல்ல நினைத்து சொல்லாமல் விடுபட்டு போவது, இவை அனைத்தையும் சாரத்தையும் இந்த ஒரு புத்தகத்தில் சொல்லிவிட்டேன் என்று சொல்லிவிட்டார்கள். இல்லை இல்லை இல்லை, இந்த உலகம் எங்கேயே போய் கொண்டிருக்கிறது. ஆக இன்னும் நீங்கள் இந்த உலகத்திற்கு இன்னும் நிறைய எடுத்துச் சொல்ல வேண்டும். உங்களால் முடியும். திருஞான சம்பந்தருக்கு பார்வதி தேவி பால் கொடுத்த மாதிரி உங்களுக்கு இந்த சின்ன வயதில் உங்களுக்கு காளி தேவி உங்களுக்கு பால் கொடுத்திருக்கிறார். ஆக நீங்கள் இந்த உலகத்திற்கு தொண்டு செய்வதற்கு இன்னும் நிறைய உங்களால் முடியும்.
அதாவது 30 வயசுல கலைஞர் ஐயா 30 வயசுல பராசக்தி எழுதினார். ஆனா பராசக்தியே 30 புக்கு எழுதிது. அதுவும் 30 வயசு. சரி, கண்ணதாசன் வந்தார். 1000 கரங்கள் நீட்டி அணைக்கின்ற தாயை போற்றி, தூரத்தே நெருப்பை வைத்து அதன் சாரத்தை தந்தாய் போற்றினார். எல்லாருக்கும் புரியும். அந்த எளிமை இந்த புக்கில் இருக்கு.
இது கேட்டாலும் கலியுகம் என்று சொல்லி நம்மை நாமே ஏமாற்றிக் கொண்டிருக்க கூடாது. இது கலியுகம், இப்படிதான் நடக்கும், இப்படி நடக்கக்கூடாது. இப்படி நடக்காம இருக்கிறது நாம் என்ன செய்யணும்னா அமைதியான வழியை தேட வேண்டும். அந்த அமைதியான வழியை தேட வேண்டும் என்றால் சிறந்த குருக்களை நீங்கள் தேட வேண்டும். அப்படிப்பட்ட சிறந்த குருவை தேடி இருக்கிறீர்கள்.
நல்லது கெட்டது ரெண்டையும் ஒரே மாதிரி சரிசமமா ரசிக்கிறது, மகிழ்றது தான் வாழ்க்கையோட அற்புதமான தத்துவம். அந்த அற்புத தத்துவம் தான் இந்த புத்தகம். பொதுவாக நம்ம புத்தகம் வாங்கினா அதை கொண்டு போய் லைப்ரரிக்குள்ள அடிக்க வைப்போம். ஆனா ஒரு லைப்ரரியை கொண்டு வந்து ஒரு புத்தகத்துள்ள அடக்க முடியுமா அப்படின்னா அது இந்த புத்தகமாக தான் இருக்கும். இந்த புத்தகத்தில் அவ்வளோ விஷயம், ஒரு லைப்ரரியே உள்ள இருக்க மாதிரி இருக்கு. ஆனால் நீங்கள் லைப்ரரி வைக்கணும்னு நினைச்சீங்கன்னா இந்த ஒரே ஒரு புத்தகத்தை மட்டும் வாங்கி வச்சா போதும். இதுவே ஒரு லைப்ரரி மாதிரி இருக்கும்.
கதவு திறந்தா நம்ம ஊர்ல கதவை திறந்தா கடங்கார நிற்கிறோம். ஜன்னலை திறந்தா பீரோ புள்ளிங்கன்னு அது உருவிடுறாங்க. அப்ப என்ன பண்றது? மனசு திரளா மகிழ்ச்சி பொங்கும்னாரே என் தலைவன். சில விஷயங்களை இந்த புக்கை படிச்சு பார்த்தேன். சில விஷயங்களை எல்லாருக்கும் புரியுற மாதிரி எளிய நடையில சொல்லியிருக்காரு. அதாவது இந்த புக்கில் உள்ள எல்லாத்தையும் நான் சொல்லிட்டோம்னா இவனே தான் எல்லாத்தையும் சொல்லிட்டானே நீ எதுக்கு ஒரு வாட்டி வாங்கணும்னு நினைப்பேன். இதை பத்தி நான் எதுவுமே சொல்லாம விட்டேன்னு வைங்களேன், இவனுக்கே ஒன்றும் பெருசா பிடிபடல போல இருக்கு, நம்ம வாங்கி எதுக்கு இதை படிக்க முடியும், உங்களை நம்பவே முடியாது. அதனால சொல்லியும் சொல்லாம விட வேண்டியதா இருக்கு. இதுல ஒவ்வொரு இதுலையும் கணின்னு சில விஷயங்களை சொல்லி முடிச்சுட்டு டிசைன் குமரன் ஸ்டோர்ஸ் 5 மாடி குமரன் ஸ்டோர்ஸ்ல போய் பொம்பளைங்க போனா புடவை வாங்கும்போது டிசைனா எடுத்து போடுவோம். மாங்காய் பார்டர்ல மயில் கழுத்து கலர் கிடைக்குமா? அவன் நூலாய் அந்த அவலாய் கொண்டாந்து காட்டணும். மயில் கழுத்து பார்டர்ல மாங்காவா டிசைன் போட்டு கிடைக்கும். வெளியே ஹஸ்பண்ட் வெளியில பிளாஸ்டிக் அந்த குழந்தைய வச்சு உட்காந்துருப்பான். அவன் பார்த்தா அவன் தாடி வளர்ந்து ஹஸ்பண்ட் மாதிரியே இருக்க மாட்டான், வேற மாதிரி ஆயிடும். ஆக இந்த டிசைன்ஸ் இருக்கு பாருங்க. மெடிடேஷன்னா ஒரு டிரான்ஸ்லேட்டல் மெடிடேஷன் ஒரு 4-5 வகை தான் நமக்கு தெரியும். ஆனால் இந்த புத்தகத்தில் விதவிதமான மெடிடேஷன் டெக்னிக்கில டிசைனா சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. இது எல்லாம் யாராருக்கு எது பிடிக்குதோ அதை தான் அவங்க ஃபாலோ பண்ணலான்ற ஒரு பறந்து விரிந்த ஒரு பார்வை இந்த புத்தகத்தில் இருக்கு. இந்த புத்தகம் ஒரு அரிய பொக்கிஷம். இதை கண்டிப்பாக எல்லோரும் வாங்கி படிக்க வேண்டும்.
பரமஹம்ச நித்யானந்தரின் ஆழ்ந்த ஆன்மீக தத்துவங்களும் வாழ்வியல் தீர்வுகளும் அடங்கிய ஞான கருவூலமாக எந்த பக்கத்தை திறந்தாலும் உங்கள் பிரச்சனைக்கு தீர்வினை அளிக்கும் வாழ்க்கை வழிகாட்டியாக தமிழகத்தின் அனைத்து நகரங்களிலும் வெளியிடப்படுகின்றது.
Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, beautifully, as we have seen, so many delegates, celebrities, various public figures and influencers, all of them came, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism blessed the grand inauguration, the grand opening of the Living Enlightenment book. Technical glitch. Nithyananda, sorry for the technical glitch. Beautifully, we have seen the grand inauguration, the grand release of the Living Enlightenment book, a gift bestowed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to all of humanity. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shares on the day where, in the year 2018, on this very day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism created the JEEVAN Mukti Aushadha, the alchemy science of the JEEVAN Mukti in physical matter. On that day, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shared very important powerful cognitions and cosmic truths. Every matter, every hardware needs a certain software. The universe functions with the software of Vedas and Agamas, and the human society, functions with the software of Smritis and Puranas. Understand? The Vedagamas are the software given by Paramashiva to run the universe, and the Smritis and Puranas are the software with which the human society was given to function. It was the Brahmanas in the ancient days of the glorious past of Hinduism who maintained and applied, gave the practical application of these cosmic sciences, spiritual software given by Paramashiva. They made it practically applicable in the lives of society, in the lives of people. In any nation, in any sampradaya, in any tradition, if the constitutional head of a country is destroyed, you can easily make people lose confidence on the constitution and destroy it, and not only destroy it, but change it as well. The Brahmanas were the head of the cosmic constitution, who were holding it alive and were constantly applying it, leading, guiding humanity towards constantly, practically applying the cosmic Vedic truths which Paramashiva revealed in the Vedas and Agamas. Brahmanas were the people who were applying it constantly. When you want to destroy anything, if you attack the body through a virus or through an illness, you can easily take over the hardware and fill it with your own software. And this is why there was so much of attack, targeted attack and persecution, which happened on the Brahmanas. Because of the cosmic constitution and the people who are applying it, leading the people to change it, if they are destroyed, if they are eliminated, then naturally the rest of the people, everyone starts losing confidence, starts losing hope, and gives up on the constitution. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, reviving keeping the science alive through the release of the Living Enlightenment book, JEEVAN Mukti book, as well as preserving the ancient scriptures of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, the ancient libraries, not just preserving, but reviving and making it available to all of us so that all of us can enjoy and benefit from the ancient sciences of Hinduism. And so now, in the further segments, we're going to be learning more on the great contribution the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is doing through the revival of the ancient sciences and ancient books. So please stay tuned. We're going to be back with you after a short break, where we'll be continuing to expand upon the importance of the Hindu scriptures, importance of the Shastra Pramanas, Apta Pramana, Atma Pramana, which finally manifests as our Sakshi Pramana. And through this, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, working tirelessly to keep the science of Hinduism, keep the science of the Vedas and Agamas alive, so that we can be enriched and benefit. So with this, please stay tuned. We're going to be coming back to you shortly after a short break.
திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.
this Shivaratri. Awaken your inner space. The tremendous potential energy which is inside you. Awaken that. Kundalini. Awakening that higher consciousness. 99% of your activities are done almost in darkness. You don't know why you behave the way in which you are behaving. You don't know why you act the way you act. All the activities are happening in a deep darkness. Shiva is a being whose inner space is completely awakened, who is living in light, radiating the energy. This Shivaratri we dedicate to awaken the Kundalini, to awaken the potential energy which is inside you. Each chakra comes to life, each energy center comes to life. A person in whom all the 7 chakras are awakened, are in light, is Shiva. Who has experienced the Kundalini awakening is Shiva. This Shivaratri, awaken your inner space. The tremendous potential energy which is inside you. Awaken that. Kundalini. Awakening that higher consciousness. 99% of your activities are done almost in darkness. You don't know why you behave the way in which you are behaving. You don't know why you act the way you act. All the activities are happening in a deep darkness.
to all the viewers that are there, joined with us on this auspicious day, as all of us are awaiting the powerful, auspicious darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
And so far, we saw on this occasion of the 14th anniversary of the JEEVAN Mukti Jayanti, the very day that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gifted the JEEVAN Mukti Grantha to the world. Swamiji very beautifully says that it is books and deities that made Nityananda. It's a quote from Swamiji, where Swamiji says that it is books and deities that made Swamiji the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And JEEVAN Mukti Grantha is one such sacred scripture which has an essence of all that Swamiji has revealed, is revealing, and is yet to reveal to the humanity. 14 years ago, on this very day, the JEEVAN Mukti Grantha was gifted to humanity. One of the biggest gifts to humanity in the form of JEEVAN Mukti Grantha. Swamiji says that JEEVAN Mukti is literally like a living goddess, a deity, which carries all the essence of what Swamiji, the avatar of the highest superconscious existence, descent on planet Earth, has come down for. There's a very beautiful verse from the Niti Satakam in the Vidyadhanam, the second verse, which says, Vidya nama narasya rupam adhikam prachana guptam dhanam vidya bhoga kari yasha sukakari vidya gurunam guruhu vidya bandhu jano videsha gamano vidya para devata vidya raja supujyante nahidanam vidya vihina pashuhu. This verse very beautifully tells, sacred knowledge is the human's ultimate beauty, the hidden treasure. Through knowledge, one can enjoy different happiness, success, and that is the master of all the masters, Gurunam Guruhu. And even during the foreign travel, knowledge is our kin. Knowledge is verily the supreme divine. This beautifully established is how in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, the scriptures, the knowledge is given the ultimate forefront. And JEEVAN Mukti Grantha is that ultimate knowledge, the essence of all that the scriptures can convey, that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has encapsulated for us, the modern world today, and gifted it to all of us. We also saw the video in which the celebrities from various different facets, from various different walks of life, and some of the most prominent celebrities, opinion makers and decision makers
and
shared about
who had come, and they were a part of the inauguration of this sacred scripture called the JEEVAN Mukti book. And actually, just as we all are talking and seeing more of the viewers that are joining, can you all just post on the YouTube live chat now which country you are watching us live now from? We are having more and more viewers that are increasing. It's very, very delightful for us to see each and every one of you that are here. And I, of course, know that this day is also of utmost importance for all of us being part of Kailasa. And being here with Swamiji and being a part of Kailasa this day is of utmost importance for all of us also. So just please share with us, where are you watching us live right now from? Which country that you're residing now in, and which city you can share here. Nityanandam Ma Saranka, Ma Nitya Lalataksha Nanda from UK. Nityanandam, wonderful to have you here. And I also see many others that are here. Hamsa Nityanandaya and Ma Maheshwaramaya, Nityanandam Ma Juanita Cabrera and Eva Anderson, Hussein Nazari, Ma Margarita, Merlina Yazi, Zigshuan Yu, Teresa Allen, Nityanandam to all those that are here with us. Okay, we have again Hamsa Nityanandaya from UK.
I just have one question to ask every one of you that are here. How many of you have read the JEEVAN Mukti Grantha, sacred Jeevan Mukti text. And how many of you have benefited from that? What has each of your clicks been when you read the Jeevan Mukti book? Because one common line that we hear from every Kailasian invariably is that through the Jeevan Mukti book, Swamiji literally talks to us. Any point of time, when you open the book, it literally precisely answers you to what exactly you are looking for. From time immemorial, all the thinking, actions, everything that humanity does is towards Jeevan Mukti, the goal of living enlightenment. That's why Swamiji beautifully says the very purpose of a human descent, the very purpose of a human birth, the consciousness, is to realize that the individual consciousness is a manifestation of the ultimate consciousness. And realizing this, experiencing this, is what we call as Jeevan Mukti.
Actually,
living enlightenment.
So beautifully you shared, Manitha. I just wanted to also add to what you were sharing. See, so beautifully Swamiji actually says how, like, every hardware functions with a particular software. Like for example, right now, like the hardware can be a laptop, but the software it functions with, that makes it functional, correct? Like everything in the whole universe, every matter functions with a certain program. You can visualize this as anything, just look around you right now. Everything works in a certain way. The software of the entire universe, the software with which the whole universe functions, is called as Vedas and Agamas. The software with which the human society functions are called as Smritis and Puranas. Understand? The universe functions as a software called Vedas and Agamas, and the Vedagamas are the software for the whole universe given by Paramashiva himself. If you are clicking with this, I request all of you to take a moment now and go and tweet and share with us what did you click with. Just as we are sharing with you, you also can keep sharing. Nityananda Ananda Mahapurna, wonderful to have you here. And Nityananda Karima Mariova from France, wonderful to have each one of you here.
And every one of you that are watching us live right now, today marks a day that is very special, because it is on this day that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had gifted something phenomenal to the entire humanity. And every one of you that are watching us live right now, take a minute or two, share this video as you are watching to your friends, your near and dear ones, so that they too can join in this celebration. Because from the very moment that you are born, the very moment that you took birth, the purpose of you being born is for the purpose of enlightenment, what we call as Jeevan Mukti. There's a very beautiful verse in the Upanishad which says, Anandena jatani jeevanti, which means from bliss they come out, towards bliss they move, and in bliss they dissolve. The purpose of a human birth, the very purpose of why we happen, is for experience. Sorry for that technical glitch. Yes. Now, as all of us were just discussing, right? The very purpose of why a human consciousness descends on planet Earth is to realize that it is one with the cosmos. It is the ultimate. And in Hinduism, the very core with which we function is we treat every individual, every sentient being as a manifestation of the divine. Every sentient being that exists, that walks on planet Earth, whether plants, animals, you, me, all of us, we are believed, treated, revered as a manifestation of that ultimate consciousness. That is why JEEVAN Mukti is the purpose of every sentient being. Every one of us, by our nature, survive, thrive, to look for, to find out, to discover this truth that we are one with the ultimate consciousness. We are one with that formless, the avyakta, the ultimate consciousness. And time and again, avatars come down, descend on planet Earth to remind the human consciousness that, hey, you are divine. Every one of us are a manifestation of that divine. And that is why the very word avatar, avatarati, iti avatar, which means the one that descends, that consciousness that descends in the human frame, in the human world, to raise the human consciousness, to teach the mankind the ultimate purpose of why we descend, to spread the message of JEEVAN Mukti to humanity. Swamiji beautifully tells, right, that he has happened not to prove that he is God, but to prove that we are God, to remind humanity of the ultimate purpose that all of us are thriving for reminding us, gifting us the science of JEEVAN Mukti. And living enlightenment essentially means living a conflict-free life where absolutely we are centered on bliss, peace, no conflicts, completely in ease with our mind, our body, our very consciousness. And the entire surrounding around us, the whole world lives in absolute peace and bliss, coexistence. And like Swamiji says, this is not a peace that is just like, having positive thinking, not just in that level, not just in the gross level of what we understand. It is not just in the cerebral level of how we exist, but to the very core, the depths of our consciousness, we exist as divine. And because we exist as divine, we interact with every sentient being as that same divinity. This is the purpose that Swamiji is establishing Kailasa, and as a huge milestone of which Swamiji revealed, gifted to humanity, this JEEVAN Mukti Grantha. And any one of us, every one of us that are sitting here, if all of us are benefiting from this science, I can see so many of you are commenting here. We have a Maheshwara Amayananda who's saying, I feel so much love, which is almost like the sacred bliss while applying the cognitions on love from JEEVAN Mukti book. And Hamsa Nityananda has commented saying, yes, it is click after click. Thank you, Swamiji, for the JEEVAN Mukti book. And we have so many of you, Ma Lalatakshananda, so many of you who are celebrating the happening of this JEEVAN Mukti Grantha that Swamiji has gifted to the humanity. Now, it becomes our responsibility. It goes unsaid that it becomes our responsibility to share this science to the world. Because what Swamiji has gifted, Swamiji very beautifully said that this should be shared to everyone, completely free, because knowledge is free. And this sacred knowledge that Swamiji has gifted needs to be shared with the maximum number of people, to gift every one of them. And please understand, every one of you that are benefiting from this science, you, me, all of you that are benefiting from this science, it is our responsibility, because what science that Swamiji has gifted to humanity, Swamiji has given this science that is going to benefit 7 generations down the lane. Your future, your progeny is going to benefit from this extraordinary science of JEEVAN Mukti. So every one of you that are watching, that are sitting here with us, let us all get together to celebrate this 14th anniversary of the JEEVAN Mukti Grantha, the JEEVAN Mukti book. And on this occasion, let us all take a few minutes. Share this JEEVAN Mukti book at least with 10 near and dear ones in your family. Every one of you that are there with us, every one of you that are watching, and all the hundreds of you that are commenting saying, yes, I have benefited from this book. Take a few minutes. Let us take a sankalpa to share this book, the JEEVAN Mukti Grantha, at least to 10 near and dear ones before we actually have get ready to witness or listen to Swamiji's satsang. Before we get ready for the audience, the divine audience with Swamiji, let us take this next few minutes to share with at least 10 near and dear ones in our family.
Yes, absolutely. How many of you are ready to sign up for this? Please post here in the YouTube live chat. If you are going to be sharing this with 10 people, you can post here. How many people are you planning to share this with? Nityananda Ma Sandhya Gate and Maha Guhambananda, Bhartya Ralenchal, Nityananda Ma Srutyananda. Wonderful to have each and every one of you. I see more and more people that are joining us here. And in just a few more minutes, we are going to be having the live darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and all of us are delighted and waiting for that. In Hinduism, the methodology to teach, the most authentic way to teach, is a 4-step process. The first is the Shastra Pramana. The Shastra Pramana, the truth should be established in the Vedas and Agamas, the Shastras, the source scriptures of Hinduism. And second is the Apta Pramanas, the references from life of great masters, rishis, seers, the inner scientists. All those are Apta Pramanas, the Sapta Rishis, or even from great masters like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. From all of their different lives, taking the reference is called as the Apta Pramana. And next is called as the Atma Pramana. Atma Pramana means where the Guru himself lives that science, tests it, experiments it on himself, and he manifests it. He manifests that truth, manifests that science by living that science, applying it and experiencing it, which is called as the Atma Pramana. And after that, when it is gifted to us, it becomes a Sakshi Pramana for us. And unfortunately, today, any science that is taught under the name of Hinduism is most commonly, especially when the neo-Hindutva people or the people that are anti-Hindus, or even people that do not know much about Hinduism completely but are trying to teach these concepts, they steal away anything to do with the source scriptures. They do not give any reference to the source scriptures, and they just do whatever benefits them without knowing the science completely. They tell that. And that not only dilutes the science, but sometimes even causes harm to the people that are listening and practicing it. This has caused a huge level of destruction, a huge level of even people, Hindus themselves, starting to lose the confidence on the sciences, starting to lose the trust on the sciences. Many are being pushed as superstition and not knowing what is actually the science behind this. But despite of all this persecution, that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has seen all this persecution happening and even faced many of this persecution, and he single-handedly took a huge step of authenticating every single science that he's revealing to the world by not just verifying it with the Shastra Pramana, Apta Pramana, Atma Pramana, but also with the Pratyaksha Pramana, the scientific references to all of these four aspects, as it worship completely, standing the scrutiny of the Shastra Pramana, Apta Pramana, and Pratiksha Pramana, everything. This book is the Atma Pramana of Swamiji, gifted to all of us, so that it can become a Sakshi Pramana for all of us.
That was so beautifully put, because this book has stood the test of time. Through all of these, verifying with all of this, Swamiji has given his own Atma Pramana, like she said, his own personal experiences for it to become an experiential understanding as Sakshi Pramana for each and every one of us here. In the Bhagavad Gita, there's a very beautiful verse in which Bhagavan Sri Krishna tells how the scriptures are the ultimate authority in determining our path towards enlightenment in Hinduism. Beautifully, Bhagavan Krishna says in the 16th chapter, the 24th verse, he says, Tasmat Shastram Pramanam Te Karya Karya Vyavastitho Jnatva Shastra Vidhanoktam Karmam Kartum Arharhasi. He says, therefore, let the scriptures be your authority in determining what should be done and what should not be done. Understand the scriptural injunctions and teachings, and then perform your actions in this world accordingly. In Hinduism, scriptures are regarded as the ultimate authority. And we have more than 20 million source books in Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And just one source book is sufficient for a religion to emerge. Like there are 28 main agamas, 202 upagamas. Just to give an example, Kamika Agama alone is said to have more than 1 trillion verses in Hinduism. Similarly, there are 18 major Puranas and 18 Upapuranas and other Puranas, each of them which have more than 400,000 verses in each of them, within each. Now, why are we talking about this? Because Jeevan Mukti Grantha is a scripture which conveys an essence of all of these source scriptures of Hinduism. Jeevan Mukti book is that essence. It is like that drop of nectar which has the essence of all of these extraordinary sciences that Hinduism has conveyed. Swamiji has encapsulated all of them just in this one scripture, just in this one Grantha, the Jeevan Mukti book. And that is why it is called as Jeevan Mukti Devi. She is an embodiment of that enlightenment, the essence of that enlightenment that modern day human beings like you, me, all of us can consume, benefit in our day-to-day life. Now, every one of you that are watching us, so many of you watching us from France, UK, Italy, US, Australia, different corners of the globe. Why don't you all take a few minutes, share this with at least 10 of your friends, and I request you all to post in the comment section to how many people have you shared this link of Jeevan Mukti Grantha to. The link is gov.google.sk/living enlightenment. The link is shown to all of you. It will be shown to all of you on the screen. You all can take this link, share it with your friends, at least 10 of your near and dear ones. And as part of this challenge, each of you are going to post how many people, how many of your friends and family, how many people from your fraternity have you gifted this Jeevan Mukti Grantha to? Please share it with us. Okay, there are a lot of you. There are hundreds of you that are watching us live right now in so many social media platforms, and to all the Mahaparamashivam participants as well. Very, very, very shortly, we are going to be having a direct divine audience, a direct address with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, where Swamiji himself is going to be coming and he's going to be revealing further deeper truths and his special message today to all of us, the 2 billion of us Hindus around the world, on this auspicious occasion of the Jeevan Mukti Jayanthi. I know in the last few days, it's been a big celebration for all of us Hindus around the world, is it not? Especially having seen how our Hinduism was represented in its most authentic form at the United Nations by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, by Kailasa, and for the first time in such a large, massive scale, Hinduism was represented in all its glory at the United Nations. And today marks yet another important day for all of us, because it is today, 14 years ago, it is on this very day that Swamiji gifted the Jeevan Mukti Grantha to humanity. Please reach out to your friends, family members, at least 10 of them, and share this gift, this sacred gift, to every one of them. Because this simple changes which you make, the one simple step that you take to bring forth a change in humanity, we will start seeing the cumulative effect of these simple changes, which will lead to a big transformation, which will lead to a huge change. The simple things, the simple actions that you take, one share, one like, spreading one WhatsApp message to your friend, sharing this science of living enlightenment, will make a big difference in their life, and from them to the next person, and so on. And this will lead to a cumulative effect of causing a huge impact on the collective consciousness of society, where today's world, where the society is the common fabric of the society is unfortunately becoming in the lines that an eye for an eye. And here Swamiji is creating, weaving a new fabric in the society, teaching all of us, the common mass, the science of how we can blissfully, peacefully coexist, living the authentic truths from Hinduism, the foundations of which believes in Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which constantly reminds us that all of us are one family. The universe is one family, and therefore we celebrate every sentient being as a manifestation of that divine.
How many of you that are here have read this book, Jeevan Mukti, Living Enlightenment book? How many of you here have read it? Please can all of you post here on the live chat, on the YouTube live chat. Take a moment now and post. How many of you here that are watching us live right now have read this book? Let's take a moment now. See, actually, literally Swamiji talks to us. Like, I've experienced this so many times. Anytime you're stuck in a problem, just you can go and just go ask, like, just pray to Swamiji and say, Swamiji, this is the problem I need a solution for. And you open it and you will see Swamiji exactly address that problem.
Absolutely,
and you'll actually see, it will be like Swamiji is talking to you.
Precisely.
Okay, I'm seeing Ma Nitya Maheshwarayananda has posted. I have read the whole Jeevan Mukti book. That's wonderful. And what was your experience when you read the book? I request all of you to share. Nityananda, Ma Rudra Yoga, Ma Debbie Schuller, Amanda, and Ma Brahmanyana, Nityanandam, Aman Bansal, Nityanandam. How many of you have read it? Okay, Omkar Mane, they are saying me. How was your experience? What was your experience, Omkaraya? What did you experience when you read the book? Did you enjoy it? What are the clicks that you got, or what is the transformation you experienced? And how was it to read that book? Actually, it's like the way scientific explanations that Swamiji has given in that book is like just too much. Be it the explanation of the multi-dimensions that exist. Actually, when I reread the book, I had read the book in 2013 and 2014. That is the first time I started reading that book. And after listening to Swamiji's satsang on the 11 dimensions, the existence of 11 dimensions, and how many different planes exist, and the different lokas, the vertical time zone, and this whole set, I was listening to Swamiji's revelation in 2019 and 2020. So after that, again, in around 2020, in the year 2020, I reread the book, the Jeevan Mukti book. I was like so shocked. It's like the whole thing, Swamiji has already revealed it. Like 10 years before, Swamiji had already revealed this whole thing about the existence of multiple dimensions. That's when I understood, as our perception keeps getting upgraded, the understandings that we have gets more and more deepened. Every time you reread the book, you have a new click. It's just so powerful. The way how it's not a book, it's a living deity. That is why on this day we worship JEEVAN Mukti. We worship her as a goddess, living goddess. Okay, Omkar Mane is saying, great. It is like waking up from deep sleep in Jagrat state and living in Shivaloka.
Absolutely. And,
Wow, and
Ma Smriti Ananda has shared with 30 people so far the Jeevan Mukti Grantha. That is amazing, Ma. How many of you, what about Omkar Maneya, Ma Maheshwara Mayama, Debbie Schuler, all the Mahaparamashivam participants that are watching us live right now? How many of you, to how many people have each of you shared the Jeevan Mukti Grantha so far too? Come on, this is a challenge. On this day, just like in a very, very short while, we're going to be having the direct darshan, the divine audience with Swamiji, and we're going to be having the presidential address from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on this day. But before we are getting ready for that, before we enter into that, I request every one of you to take up this challenge. And it becomes our responsibility as Hindus to spread this sacred scriptures to the world. You know, thousands of years ago, people had to travel far and wide in search of knowledge. Like there's a very beautiful reference in the history recorded by Zhuangzong, who's a traveler, who's a very prominent Chinese traveler. And in the 7th century CE, he beautifully records how he had to travel to the Nalanda University to get the knowledge, to understand the knowledge. And from far and wide, from different corners around the globe, people used to travel thousands of miles apart to come to our universities to receive these knowledge. When people had some problem, they used to visit these universities, and then these the rishis or the scholars in the universities, they used to refer to the scriptures, our Hindu scriptures, and they used to offer solutions through that. Now imagine sitting in whichever corner of the globe that you are, just a few finger clicks away, you get access to the 20 million scriptures and the essence of what they convey in the most simplified, in the most user-friendly manner, where you, me, can apply this in our day-to-day lives. Practical life, like a literally an practical applied science of all what the scriptures convey through this one book called Jeevan Mukti Grantha. How so blessed are we that Swamiji, as the avatar, the descent of superconsciousness, has literally conveyed his essence through this book, encapsulated himself, or essence of what all that Hinduism has to convey through just this one book, the Jeevan Mukti Grantha.
Omkar Mane, you're asking, Ma, can we have a Marathi or a Hindi PDF format so we can reach many who are waiting? Absolutely. Swamiji has given this book in hundreds of languages, and you can see it in nithyanandapedia.org. You can go to nithyanandapedia.org. In the book section, you can choose any language that you want, be it Hindi, Marathi, German, Spanish, French, in any language, in Chinese. Swamiji has given this book. And the best thing is, Swamiji has given this book such an extremely good book, which sold over 1 million copies. In the very first time it got released, immediately it was sold out. 1 million got sold out immediately. And Swamiji is giving such a book completely free of cost as a gift to humanity. Ma Shanti Rajamanikam is sharing. Nityananda, I have read the book. It's Deep Satya revealed by Swamiji. In 2010, around 20 of my friends bought the Jeevan Mukti Tamil version. Deep gratitude, Swamiji. Yes. It's really so beautiful, Ma. As you're sharing, it's like the revelation Swamiji has given. The thing is, it's like so practical. Anything, because I used to think before meeting Swamiji and before becoming a part of Gurukul, or before even meeting Swamiji, For me, I always thought being spiritual or like it is something to be very far from life, far from society. That is what is called as living a spiritual life. But it's only when we met Swamiji and like just seeing Swamiji's teachings, it is completely involved with life with such intensity. That is spirituality, and that is what, if you see, just read the book once, just open any random page. You all can try it right now. Just go to this link that is projected, just download it right now and just go see it. Open any random page. You will see the depth. Any science that Swamiji is revealing in this, you will see the amazing depth and how scientific it is, and how, though it was given over a decade before, even to this day, it is so practical. And like it is up to the modern time, it's really addressing the need of humanity to this time.
And the most user-friendly manner for all of us, right? Is it not? And actually, every one of you that are sharing, we will be giving you all the link to share. Omkar Maneya, yes, I apologize for that glitch. You seem to be having some issue with this link. So we will be giving you all another link that you can share, and you all can go to that link to share this Living Enlightenment book and gift that to your friends and family. You can go to gov.srikailasa.org/living enlightenment. I'd like to repeat to you again. We'll be posting this link on the screen as well. So as projecting, you can take it. gov.srikailasa.org/living enlightenment. Yes, you can get this gift for yourself, and please gift this to 10 of your near and dear ones. So many of you are saying that you have gifted it to at least 30 people and different number of friends. I request everyone else also to post how many people you have shared this to. Please post that in the comment section. How many people have you shared this gift of living enlightenment to? Every step that Swamiji is paving for us, for the Hindus, is literally the result, the fruit of all the blood, sweat, life, energy, time that Swamiji has poured into this. Swamiji has happened in planet Earth for the purpose of giving a superconscious breakthrough to humanity, of which all of us, not just us, our generations together, the future is going to be benefiting from, reaping the fruits of. Whether it is offering the Jeevan Mukti Grantha or establishing Kailasa nation, bringing political legitimacy to Hinduism, or being it to voice the persecution that Hindus, all of us, you, me, our ancestors have been subject to for the first time in the global platform, into the listening of the world at the United Nations. In every way, in every frontier, Swamiji is advancing. He's creating milestones in taking what Hinduism has to the world to gift humanity for the upliftment for the entire mankind. So it becomes a responsibility for all of us as Hindus to share these gifts that Swamiji has gifted, that Swamiji has given to the entire humanity, to as many people as we can, so they too benefit from this extraordinary science. Yes, Ma Smriti Ananda is saying, it's like Swamiji is with me and downloading all the information that we want. Yes, absolutely, Ma. And every one of you that are commenting, Maya Whitmeasure, each of you that are commenting, this gift is not just for a few of us. It has to reach the millions of human beings that are out there, because the very purpose of why life happens in planet Earth is to find the answer for the purpose of our existence, is to discover the truth that we as human beings are one with the consciousness. We are divine. And this Jeevan Mukti book so beautifully encapsulates this truth in the most practical, user-friendly manner for all of us. Time and again, in Hinduism, we have given importance to scriptures because scriptures convey the essence of our true nature, the quality of how we exist to us. But unfortunately, again and again, the anti-Hindu elements have tried to destroy, to loot this sacred science. We established a huge university which flourished, the Nalanda Hindu University, which travelers from around the world used to flock. People from around the world used to travel thousands of miles, flock there to receive the gift, to benefit from this knowledge. And what happened to it? We lost that because of the invasion from Mughals. Bakhtiyar Khilji, for 6 months straight, the Nalanda University was burnt. All our scriptures was lost. And Adi Shankara ascended the Sarvagnya Pita in Kashmir, where he revived all these scriptures. Again, that too was lost. Not only temple and monastery gone, the enlightenment ecosystem that was established in each of these, which was producing millions of enlightened beings, was lost in the course of time due to various attacks from within and out of each of these ecosystems, destroyed these enlightenment ecosystems, which produced millions of enlightenment ecosystems, millions of enlightened beings who created these enlightened ecosystems. Just like how Krishna committed 5,000 years ago, yadha yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abdhyuktanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. He says, whenever and wherever there's a decline in the spiritual, in the dharma, in the spiritual practice, O Bharata, I myself will rise again and again. I will restore. I will revive each of this, and keeping true to that commitment that the supreme consciousness, the Parabrahma, Parandhama, Paramashiva gave to humanity, Swamiji has descended again to revive these sacred sciences. And each of us are gifting, each of us are benefiting from.
Actually, Swamiji told in 2011, on the same day in 2011, just 2 years after releasing this book, Swamiji said that this book is packed with layers and layers and layers of meaning in every single line. In whatever level, whichever level seeker you are, from that level, when you read the book, you will see how that book speaks to you in your level, and it reveals to take you much deeper. When a normal man reads it, he understands it in his level. When a seeker reads it, he understands it in his level. When an advanced seeker reads it, he understands it in a much higher level. For each person, it reveals the higher and higher and different layers of meaning. And that is the uniqueness of this book, the book called JEEVAN MUKTHI, Living Enlightenment.
And this Vedic renaissance that Swamiji has revived, that Swamiji has gifted to all of us, is years of hard work. The tyaga that Swamiji put behind, all the blood, sweat, and energy that Swamiji poured to revive this. And that is why, time and again, even now, all the anti-Hindu elements are targeting and attacking Swamiji for gifting this science to humanity. And yet, Swamiji did the tyaga and continues to gift this sacred science of enlightenment to humanity by reviving them as universities, spreading this as a free knowledge to everyone, irrespective of our walks of life, our beliefs, our culture, background, nothing. There's no prerequisite. Like Swamiji says, there's no prerequisite for you to experience enlightenment. You just need to be there ready to receive it. And I am here to gift it to you. And every possible way, Swamiji is gifting the science of enlightenment to us for our benefit, for the benefit of mankind. And Swamiji has taken it all on himself, on his shoulders, to single-handedly to revive this science, to give this science to humanity, despite of all the persecution. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna will tell Arjuna, Sakale neha mahata yogo nashtaf parantapa. He will say, in the due course of time, this science has been lost. Time and again, the anti-Hindu elements have targeted and attacked Hindus, attacked the science of Hinduism, which declares the ultimate as the consciousness, which reveres every sentient being as a manifestation of that consciousness. And all those people, all the anti-Hindu elements who were extremely in the hunger of power to keep the society under their control using fear and greed, were greatly affected by these liberated thinking that Hinduism was founded based on. From these Advaitic principles that Hinduism was founded based on. And Swamiji was dauntless, reviving this very science, telling the mass, reviving this science, educating the human beings that we are all consciousness, empowering us to exist as divine beings, which is exactly what the anti-Hindu elements got greatly affected. Because if this is revived, if all of us start being liberated from fear and greed, if we start having the science to live conflict-free life, the business of those anti-Hindu elements who make money out of our fear, greed, our conflicts, who feed on our conflicts, our struggles, get affected, because of which they targeted Swamiji. In every possible frontier that Swamiji revived this, they attacked. Whether it is the revival of universities, the revival of Sarvajnapitas, the revival of Kailasa's enlightenment ecosystems around the world, or spreading this science absolutely free of cost, like how Swamiji is gifting the JEEVAN Mukti Grantha to all of us. Today, if you, me, all of us are able to sit and we are able to enjoy the science of third eye, it is because it is a result of all that Swamiji took on himself and still continued to gift work for all of us, the 2 billion Hindus around the world. It is because of the responsibility that Swamiji took to revive these scriptures, to revive these ancient texts to all of us. Today, thousands of you, just go and look in the social media. How many of you Hindus are posting that, Swamiji, I am proud as a boy from a remote village somewhere in the southern India, today Swamiji is standing at the United Nations representing all of us. So many of you can see the social media, it's flooded with comments, the comments of pride of every Hindu, the celebration of every Hindu. When we see Swamiji representing all of us, the persecution that our ancestors went through at the United Nations. But behind this joyous moment that all of us are celebrating, it is all years of Swamiji's hard work and tyaga.
And now it is time that all of us are going to enter into the most awaited part of our day, which is to receive the darshan and the message directly from Paramashiva himself. Let us all get ready. Let's enter into a deep meditative space and get our inner space ready to receive the powerful cognitions and the powerful darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Please sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Close your eyes. Inhale and exhale deeply and slowly. Now, start chanting the Mahavakya. Om Nityananda Paramashivam.
Paramashivam. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivam.
Don't use bullet points in a presentation. Look, if you're responsible for driving new sales into a business you own,
सर्वदेवं सर्वमतं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे ईक्षणात्रयविध्वंसं गुणावस्थाविवर्जितं सर्वदेवं सर्वमतं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे सर्वकर्तृत्वभोक्तृत्व नियन्त्रित्व विवर्जितं सकलागमसंवेद्यं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे सर्वकर्तृत्व भोक्तृत्व नियन्त्रित्व विवर्जितं सकलागम संवेद्यं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे सर्वकर्तृत्व भोक्तृत्व नियन्त्रित्व विवर्जितं सकलागम संवेद्यं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे सर्वकर्तृत्व भोक्तृत्व नियन्त्रित्व विवर्जितं सकलागम संवेद्यं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे सृष्टिस्थितिलयाधारं गुणागुणविवर्जितं सर्वचैतन्यसम्पूर्णं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे सृष्टिस्थितिलयाधारं गुणागुणविवर्जितं सर्वचैतन्यसम्पूर्णं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे सृष्टिस्थितिलयाधारं निर्विकारं ज्ञानभावानुबोधकं सदालम्बं नित्यदृप्तं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे नित्यानन्दं निर्विकारं ज्ञानभावानुबोधकं सदालम्बं नित्यदृप्तं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे नित्यानन्दं निर्विकारं ज्ञानभावानुबोधकं सदालम्बं नित्यदृप्तं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे नित्यानन्दं निर्विकारं ज्ञानभावानुबोधकं सदालम्बं नित्यदृप्तं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे संसारसागरोद्धारं योगिहृत्पद्ममन्दिरं महाभावं शुद्धचित्तं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे संसारसागरोद्धारं योगिहृत्पद्ममन्दिरं महाभावं शुद्धचित्तं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे संसारसागरोद्धारं योगिहृत्पद्ममन्दिरं महाभावं शुद्धचित्तं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे संसारसागरोद्धारं योगिहृत्पद्ममन्दिरं महाभावं शुद्धचित्तं
ராஜகுலதிலகா ஈரேழு 14 லோகத்தின் அதிபதி நாடாளும் நாயகன் அழகன் குழகன் ஆனந்தசித்தன் கைலாசபதி காவலன் கைலாச அடியார் காதலன் அரண் நித்யானந்த பரமசிவம் எழுந்தருளி வாரார்.
Nityanandam. Today, Kailasa celebrates the auspicious JEEVAN MUKTHI, the celebrations of the JEEVAN MUKTHI. Today, when the Living Enlightenment book was revealed by the incarnation, the ultimate master Bhagavan Paramashivam, to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity and give the experience of Paramadvaita to all beings. In the words of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Paramashivam, the universe functions with a software called Vedas and Agamas, the cosmic constitution. The human society functions with a software called Smritis and Puranas, the applied constitution. Vedagamas are the pure science, and the Smritis and Puranas are the applied science. Vedagamas are the methodology of writing the best software based on superconsciousness. Smritis and Puranas are the software written for every age. Living enlightenment, Jivan Mukti, is the software Paramashiva revealed to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for this modern age. How many ever times you read this book, it reveals itself layer by layer. How much you can receive, that much it reveals to you. She is like Mother Ganga. Mother Ganga can solve your immediate problems of thirst, and she can solve your biggest problem of birth and death and give you liberation. Jivan Mukti is Jnana Ganga from Paramashiva's Sahasrara. This is the most powerful spiritual software revealed to humanity in the recent days. Anybody who does Pratyahara, Dharana and Dhyana on Jivan Mukti book every day will achieve the Samadhi state of functioning from the highest superconscious cognitions. Building powerful cognitions in you manifests powers in you. Every single word in Jivan Mukti book is a powerful cognition. Take it, apply it in your inner space and manifest it. You will see, you will manifest powers left and right. Jivan Mukti is not just enlightening you, it is empowering you. This book is not given to you just to give you buddhi. It is given to you to give buddhi and shakti, both powerful cognitions and powers. The JEEVAN Mukti, living enlightenment, is the Atma Pramana of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, which stands the scrutiny acid wash of Shastra Pramana and Apta Pramana, and is shared with the whole world. So it can be useful for every living being, and it can become their Sakshi Pramana. Today, we also celebrate the 7th day of the Rajarajeshwari Brahmotsavam and the 2nd day of the Vijayotsavam. In the auspicious presence of our beloved Bhagavan, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, let us now offer our worship to the JEEVAN Mukti Grantha, which is celebrated as a living deity in our lives, and also Paramashiva Shakti, Bhagavan Kala Bhairava, Tripurantakar, Yamantakar, Gajasamhara Murti, and the Utsava Vigraha of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam.
परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं घनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यालक्ष्यं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिव समारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरि परमशिव शक्ति मध्यमां नित्यानन्द पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरु परम्परां। ललाटे त्रिपुण्ड्री निटिलकृत कस्तूरी तिलकः स्फुरन्मालाधार स्फुरितकटिकौपी नवसनः दधानो दुस्तारं शिरसि फनिराजं शशिकलां प्रदीपः सर्वेषाम् अरुणगिरियोगी विजयते। गन्धः ॐ शरीरं ते न जानामि चेष्टां नैव च मया निवेदितां गन्धान् प्रतिगृह्य विलिप्यताम्। ॐ ह्रीं एष गन्धः सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। पुष्पम् ॐ तुरीयाय वौषटे देवानां प्रतिष्ठिता श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। दीपः ॐ सुप्रकाशो महादीपः सर्वतस्तिमिरापहः सबाह्याभ्यन्तरज्योतिर्दीपोऽयं प्रतिगृह्यताम्। ॐ ह्रीं एष दीपः सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्द परमशिवाय नमः। नैवेद्यम् ॐ अमृते अमृतोद्भवे अमृतवर्षिणी अमृतं श्रावय श्रावय स्वाहा। ॐ नैवेद्यं विविधं देव शर्करादिविनिर्मितं मया निवेदितं भक्त्या गृहाण परमेश्वर। ॐ ह्रीं इदं स्वोपकरणनैवेद्यं सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्द परमशिवाय निवेदयामि। ॐ राजाधिराजाय प्रसह्य साहिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे समे कामां कामकामाय मह्यं कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः। कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। आरार्त्रिकं समर्पयामि भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव चरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। पुष्पांजलिः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। जन्म संप्राप्त कर्म बंध विदाहिने आत्मज्ञानाय तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अन्नासिनो मद्गुरु श्री गुरुः महात्मा सर्वं तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। पुष्पा कमलेभ्यो नमः। नित्यानन्दम् पापं चेक्षुमयं प्रसीन विशिगान् पाशाङ्कुशौ पुस्तकं माणिक्याख्यस्रजवरं मणिमयीं वीणामुरोजत्वये पाणिभ्याम् अभयं वरं च ददतीं ब्रह्मादिसेव्यां परां सिन्दूरारुणविग्रहां भगवतीं श्रीराजराजेश्वरीम् ॐ ह्रीं गर्भितां नलशां सौक्लीं कलां बिभ्रतीं सौवर्णाम्बरधारिणीं वरसुधां धौतां त्रिनेत्रोज्ज्वलां वन्दे पुस्तकपशसाङ्कुशधरां स्रग्भूषिताम् उज्ज्वलां त्वां गौरीं त्रिपुरां परात्परकलां श्रीचक्रसञ्चारिणीं ॐ सिन्दूरारुणविग्रहां त्रिनयनां माणिक्यमौलिस्फुरत् तारानायकशेखरां स्मितमुखीम् आपीनवक्षोरुहां पाणिभ्यां मलिपूर्णरत्नचषकं रक्तोत्फलं बिभ्रतीं सौम्यां रत्नघटस्थर धूरसि धूर्वधूर्वन्तं धूर्वतयोऽस्मान् धूर्वतिदं धूर्वयम् वयं धूर्वामस्त्वं देवानामसि सस्तितमं पप्रितमं दुष्टतमं वह्नितं देवहूतममहृतमसि हविर्तानं दृगुंहस्वमाह्वा मित्रस्वा चक्षुषा प्रेक्षे माभेर्मा संविग्धा मा त्वाहि गुंसिषम् सर्वाभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमो नमः। सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। धूपमाघ्रापयामि। अथ दीपः ॐ उद्दीप्य स्वजातवेदोपघ्नन्निरडितिम् वेदोगामश्वं पुरुषं जगते अभिभ्न आगहि सृजा मा परिपातयाम्। श्री नित्यानंदे श्री परमशिव शक्ति श्रीमद राजराजेश्वरी पराभट्टारिकायै नमः। श्री नित्यानंदे श्री परमशिव शक्ति नमः। श्री कालभैरव स्वामिने नमः। श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। दीपं संदर्शयामि। निवेद्यम् ॐ क्लीं कामदुघे अमोघे वरदे विद्ये राजासन् राज्यो वासो मेन यजते देवसुवा मेधानि हवीगुंसि भवन्ति य एतावन्तो वै देवानागुंसवाः त एवास्मै सवान् प्रयच्छन्ति त एनः पुनः सुवन्ते राज्याय देवसुराजा भवति कर्पूरगौरम् करुणावतारम् संसारसारम् भुजगेन्द्रहारम् सदा वसन्तम् हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति श्रीमद् राजराजेश्वरी पराभट्टारिकायै नमः। श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति नमः। श्री कालभैरव स्वामिने नमः। सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। सर्वाभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमो नमः। कर्पूर नीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि रक्षां धारयामि। शोणाद्रीशावताराय ज्योतिस्तंभस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। तत्त्वज्ञानप्रदाताय नित्यानन्देश्वररूपिणे श्रीकै
ॐ नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवसमारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि Paramashiva Shakti Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and blessings. Welcome all the living and practicing Hindus, de facto Kailasians from all over the world. I welcome all the Sarvanyapita Kartas, Yajamans, manifestors, Kailasas, ministers, ambassadors, diplomats, e-diplomats, all with my love and blessings. Paramashiva's direct message from Maha Kailasa on this auspicious day of JEEVAN Mukti Jayanthi. Listen. JEEVAN Mukti is not one book, it is book of books. It's a way to cognize the whole Vedagamas. It is way to cognize the whole Vedagamas. It's like a clear methodology to internalize the whole Vedagamas, the cosmic constitution of Paramashiva. Understand? JEEVAN Mukti is not just a book, it is the way to cognize, internalize the whole Vedagamas and the Hindu scriptures. If you map JEEVAN Mukti on Vedas, you will understand and cognize, internalize Vedas as the way to live enlightenment. For the modern mind, the best way to cognize and internalize. Next. If you map living in JEEVAN Mukti on Agamas, you will understand the whole Agamas as a science of living enlightenment. If you map living enlightenment, JEEVAN Mukti on Bhagavad Gita, you will understand the Bhagavad Gita as the science of living enlightenment. So, JEEVAN Mukti book is not a book, it is book of books. It is the methodology to understand the whole Vedagamic scriptures and Hindu scriptures. Contemplate on this, meditate on this, internalize this, and let us spend this whole month celebrating JEEVAN Mukti, sharing it with the whole world, as many people as possible, making as many people as possible to read this book, JEEVAN Mukti. So I am repeating, JEEVAN Mukti is not just an ordinary book. It is the methodology, science, way to cognize, understand, internalize the whole Vedagamic Hindu scriptures, Sanatana Hindu Dharma's source scriptures. So, you can't even say, I wrote the book, I saw the book and penned it down. That's all. It was a mantra revealed from cosmic archives by Paramashiva to me. I just penned it and passed it on to all of you. It's directly from Paramashiva. Celebrate it, enjoy it, share it, and my blessings. You can download freely this book in almost more than 65 languages in the link appearing on the screen. My blessings. With this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living. Shuddhadvaita Saivam Paramadvaitam. The state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness and Kailasa. Maha Kailasa of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. The eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
श्रीकैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढा श्रीमीनाक्षिसुन्दरेश्वरा भिन्नस्वरूपा परशिवपुत्ररत्न कुमार गुरुमण्यतुल्यावतार श्रीपार्वतीस्तन्यपानलब्धदिव्यज्ञान विश्रुतसकलनिगमागमसारभूतद्राविडवेदप्रवक्त्रे श्रीमत्परमशिवकरुणासमधिगतमुक्तामयचतुरश्रयान गीयमानछत्रचामर श्रीचिह्नकाहलादिसमस्तबिरदावल्यलङ्कृत ज्ञानविज्ञानचक्रवर्ती सर्वजनसङ्घसद्यो निर्वाणदीक्षा व्ययापवर्गवर्ष विश्राण जीमूत परमतकलभकेसरी शैवसिद्धान्तस्थापनाचार्य श्रीराजाधिराजपाण्ड्यमहाराज गुरु क्षपणशाक्यादिमहान्धकारनिवारणज्ञानभानु वीक्षणानर्हार्हध्वजोच्छेदनपूर्वक श्रीमद्वृषभध्वजस्थापक शैवसमयकर्त्रे सर्वज्ञपीठारूढ श्रीजगद्गुरु श्रीज्ञानसम्बन्धदेशिकस्वामि वागीशसुन्दरमाणिक्यवाचकस्वामिनाम् अवतारभूत श्रीज्ञानसम्बन्धस्वामि पुनरुद्धृत श्यामलापीठ सर्वज्ञपीठ 93 गुरुमहासन्निधान अरुणगिरि योगीश्वर परम्परागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञपीठ गुरुमहासन्निधान कैलास परम्परागत काञ्ची कैलास सर्वज्ञपीठ 33 गुरुमहासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्यमङ्गल नित्यकल्याण नित्यरजित कैलास परम्परागत आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ कर्तः साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परम्परागत वैवस्वत मनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चंद्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचंद्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ति परम्परागत 64 योगिनी मंडित 64 संप्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्म शासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञपीठ सुरांगी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूडामणे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणि पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामंडलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव सिंहासनाभिषिक्त समस्त गणनायक श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वर धर्म मुक्ति स्वर्गपुर स्वर्ण पीठ 23 गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परम्परागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ जगद्गुरो श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत् परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्रील श्री भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिन् अत्रागत्य परिपाल्य च अस्मान् विज्ञान वितरणेन विजयी भव जय जय।